What's up, y'all, and welcome back to my channel. And today, this video is gonna be about what if what if Naruto was an Uchiha. So yeah, let's get into it. So to correct what I said from my last video, Itachi found a pair of Uchiha eyes, and Sasuke did too. He's just hiding most of them from Danzo. And Itachi found some Uchiha eyes and put them in Naruto's, because the Mangeki don't know that. And now, so Naruto's now 13. He joined the Akatsuki, and oh, and this is the girl's little sister. This is what she looks like. She is she's 12 right now. I know, right? This doesn't look like she's 12, but yeah, she's 12 right now. And this is her older sister. Her younger sister's name is Abby, and her name is Charlie. This is what their names are, because these are the only names I can come up with for right now. Sorry, guys. And so I'll say Pain gave Naruto a mission to kill a whole village, but he needed to wear a mask. But he gave Naruto like Pain told Naruto to pull out his sword, and he did. Naruto, but every time Naruto pulls out his sword, the sword takes over. So Naruto ends up with this and the sword out. And this is when, oh yeah, the reason why Pain knows about this is because Itachi told him. So yeah, so he told he told not Sasuke. He told Naruto to kill a whole village. Oh yeah, and Orochimaru, he met Naruto and he gave him the curse mark. Just to let y'all know, he gave him the curse mark, which is kind of weird. So yeah, but the curse mark, it's not how it's supposed to look like, because the sword and this. Oh yeah, and the sword cursed Naruto as well. He has the cursed Sharingan. This is the cursed Sharingan. So yeah, but this is how Naruto did look like, but this is how he looks like now. Sorry about that, guys. So Naruto looks like this, and the cursed sword takes over, and Naruto, he gets this mask from Pain. This is the mask that he gets from Pain. The black and white mask with the red eyes. But imagine these red glowing eyes as Naruto using his Sharingan. So yeah. So the sword tells Pain, "What mission do you have for me?" Well, for us. This is when Pain says, "I want you to kill a very, very small village. I'm not going to name this village because I don't want to. That's doing too much now." And Naruto was like, "Alright, this is gonna be easy." So yeah, Naruto is with his. Oh yeah, and Naruto is on this mission with Abby, because if they are going to rebuild the Uchiha clan, then they gotta do it somehow. Like Pain, like oh my god, Itachi is like we gotta rebuild the Uchiha clan somehow. So what better way to do it than now, like this? So Naruto is so Naruto is now with his cursed sword wearing this mask with this under, with this showing in his eyes. Half of the the half of the Akatsuki are like, what is with this kid? So yeah. Oh, but Naruto is in this one, like Naruto. I'm gonna say Naruto joined the Akatsuki at 10 years old, and so did his girlfriend showed up at the Akatsuki at 9 because they kind of took them with them, and I also say Naruto unlocked the Mangekyo at 11. This is when Naruto is 11 now, and he's already trained with the Mangekyo. So yeah, Naruto is just slaughtered the whole village with his girlfriend with no remorse. They both don't care because why should they? Because why should they? This isn't their problem. So now we go to sorry if I keep doing this. I'm just kind of bored. So this is when Pain says, okay, Naruto, we want you to leave. And he's like, you want me to leave after giving you the report? Because I was going to do that, obviously. And this is when Pain says, no, we want you to leave. We want you to leave the Akatsuki. Naruto looks at Pain like he's crazy. Like, what, bro? He's looking at him like, what? I'm not about to leave. Like, y'all been training me and why would I leave now? And he says, don't worry, there will be someone going with you. He says the little girl will be going with you. But you can not go to the Leaf Village. Not yet. Okay? That's what Pain says. You can't go to Leaf Village yet. We need you to infiltrate the he says we need you to infiltrate the Sand Village, so that way we know what the One Tails Jinchuriki is capable of. He says, so you will be leaving the Akatsuki, kind of, but this is also a mission. So, he does his mission. He's getting the information on the One Tails and all that. And for Pain, this is basically the best. More members, more success at him becoming a god and rebuilding the world. So now this is when Pain tells Abby and Naruto to leave. Now they start doing their mission. And this is when at that point I'll say Itachi was around the Leaf Village, and Sai, Sakura, and Sasuke were just done fighting with Zabuza and Haku. Zabuza, that is, just Zabuza. And this is when Itachi sees Sasuke, and Sasuke says, Itachi. He just starts yelling at Itachi. Itachi is trying to run away, but his girlfriend is just looking at him crazy. And this is when he says, what did you do? This is when Sasuke yells out, what did you do with my little brother? This is when Itachi sighs and says, listen, Sasuke, I killed Naruto. And this is when Sasuke looks at his girlfriend, and he's giving her the eyes of play along, those play along eyes, and she's like, yes, okay, fine. This is when like Sasuke's eyes whitening, they're whitening, and he's like, no, you're lying. He says, I'm not lying, Itachi. He says, I'm not lying, Sasuke. He was too weak, and the weak in this world die. So it was at one point where he was going to die, Sasuke. He said, this is when Sasuke's like, no, you're lying. You have to be lying. He was your brother. He says, a brother, this is when Itachi says, a brother that is weak is no brother to me. This is when Sasuke unlocks his 2 Tomoe Sharingan. And this is when Kakashi is worn out, but he's hearing this whole conversation. And he knows that if him and Itachi were to fight right now, Itachi would win and he would lose. So he doesn't want to fight Itachi right now. This is when Itachi's girlfriend says, come on, let's go. And he says, and this is when, they're about to leave, and Sasuke says, wait, tell me where my little brother is. Now, Itachi, you're lying. He says, your brother is with the other Uchihas, Sasuke. Why would I lie to you now, knowing that I'm fully capable of killing the Uchiha clan? When I killed the Uchiha clan. This is when Sasuke looks down, and he goes to attack Itachi, but his girlfriend blocks him. This is when he then asks, who are you? Sasuke asks, who are you? And he says, you can just call me a friend, a very, very close friend of... This is when, Charlie says, you can call me your brother's girlfriend. He says, this is when Sasuke eyes widen, and he's like, how? And he's thinking, and Sasuke is now thinking, is he trying to rebuild the Uchiha clan, or is he trying to kill me? I can't tell. So Sasuke has some mixed emotions right now, not knowing what to do or when to do stuff. But every time he keeps trying to attack Itachi, his girlfriend keeps blocking him every time. And this is when Itachi just says, let's go, we don't got any time for this. And they leave. They just leave. Sasuke does try to run after them, but this is when Kakashi says, no, Sasuke, wait. He says, why? Sasuke, he killed the whole Uchiha clan, and now he killed my brother. What do you expect me to do? I'm going after him. He says, no, Sasuke, the only thing you're doing is getting yourself killed. Stay here. This is when Sasuke looks down, knowing that Kakashi is right. If he tries to attack Itachi, he would definitely lose. So he just stays where he is. Now, a month later, this is when, this is when Pain made Abby and Naruto leave the Akatsuki. So, yeah. Now this is when Naruto is like they beat Naruto up a little bit so he can leave, and also his girlfriend. Well, yeah, Naruto and Abby, they're like a thing now. They're dating, you know. Not Naruto is now 11, she's 10, you know. So now, not Itachi, Sasuke, not Sasuke, Naruto is hanging on to his girlfriend with one arm as they're both hurt, almost bleeding to death, and they're walking all the way to Konoha. This is when they reach half the gate, like they can see the gate and the guards, and this is when they just faint, like they just pass out on, like they pass out. The guards see this, and they bring they bring them to the hospital. Then this is when the third Hokage comes saying, oh, this and that two people came to Konoha and fell right in front of us and all that. So yeah, they basically explain what happened. The Lord Third has just came to the hospital, and they just awoken. This is when Naruto is up and Abby is asleep. Like she was up, but she told Naruto that she was going back to sleep. So, you know, they're both sleeping, and now they say, well, who are you? And well, Naruto introduces himself. He says, this is when Naruto says, like, he's trying to figure out a good name. This is like a good last name. So this is when he just says, F it. This is when he just says, F it. I'm Naruto. This is when he says, Naruto. Last name, he says, I don't really come from a clan or a village. I was born out in the world. I was just here. So this is when Lord Third thinks a kid that was born out there. Intriguing. This is when he says, what about the girl? Is she your sister? He says, no, she's my girlfriend. But unlike her, she was born in I want to say, y'all see this right here, this sign, like that she was in whatever village this is. Oh yeah, and Orochimaru also gave her a curse mark. This is why you see this. So yeah. So Naruto says, that's his girlfriend, and she was see that sign there as the cloud, like the cloud village. She was an orphan, and she ran away from the cloud village and went rogue. And she asked if she can be with him. And, that's what he just says. And he says, a boy without a family and a girl that went rogue, they're just together. He says, fine then. He says, fine then, but you two can stay here for as long as you want. As long as you want. That's what Lord Third says. And Naruto says, thank you, Lord Third. This is when Naruto says, thank you, Hokage. He says, you don't have to call me Hokage, just call me by my name. And since I forgot what his name is, y'all can just leave it in the comments down below. Please do that. And you can just call me by my name, said Lord Third, because I just forgot his name at this point. And now Naruto is in the hospital. This is when Naruto comes back at the same time like he come Naruto comes back the same time as Sasuke, Sai, and Sakura and Kakashi comes back. And like they were going to go like back home, but the most one that was hurt the most was Sasuke and was Sasuke and was Sasuke. So they take Sasuke to the hospital as they also do with you know, as they do with Naruto and Abby. So Naruto is now with his Naruto is just Naruto went to sleep. He was so tired that he was hurt and so tired that he just went to sleep. So now so it's now the next day. Naruto is still sleeping and but Abby, she woke up and she got up and she went to go look around the village. And this is when Sasuke wakes up and he sees that a door is open. And he goes in there to see who might be in here. Because he was wondering why he is in this hospital alone. Maybe. He goes in there and he sees a boy with black hair and what looks like a ripped Uchiha sign on his back. Like he has been beating up. That looks like he's been beaten up very badly. Because I'll say like Naruto, he had his clothes right next to him. Because he said that because Lord Third said he'll give him new clothes. Because Lord Third said he'll give him new clothes and he said no, you don't have to. I can sew. You don't really have to do that. And this is when Lord Third says I have to. It's my generosity to do that. To do that for you guys, since you're newcomers and you're staying in the village. Naruto says thank you, and also Naruto says thank you, sir, and thank you for letting us stay in your village, sir. End of the flashback. So this is when Sasuke sees this, and he's like, another Uchiha. And now Sasuke is intrigued to see who is this Uchiha and what is he doing and how did he get hurt so badly. So Naruto then wakes up because he feels the presence of someone watching him. He then gets up and sees Sasuke. And this is when Naruto was going to have a look surprised on his face, but he's trying to stay calm and he's not trying to compromise. He's not trying to compromise his plan. So now Naruto is with Naruto is with Sasuke. They're both looking at each other in the eyes, and Naruto says, "Hi, who are you?" And Sasuke says, I'm Sasuke Uchiha. I'm Naruto. I don't really come from a clan." But this is when Sasuke asks, "Then why do you have the Uchiha sign? The Uchiha clothes?" Hold on. Okay, I'm back. So Naruto then says, "Oh yeah, if you hear fuzzing noises, just know that I'm on my bed. If you were hearing loud winds, I was next to a window, and I still am. Just like kind of not anymore. I just got my back turned towards the window." So Naruto says, "I don't really come from a clan since I was born in no village. My parents just left me to survive on my own. And I found some, and I went inside a village that was selling these type of clothes. I didn't know that they were Uchiha clothing. I'm sorry." This is when Sasuke says, No, it's okay. My bad." And he says, "Well, since you don't think that you are a part," this is when Naruto says, this is when Sasuke asks, are you sure you're not a part of the Uchiha clan? And he says, well, I don't know because I never knew my parents. Like I said, I was born outside the village and I never knew my parents. Obviously Naruto's lying because he knows who his parents are and he knows who Sasuke is as well. Naruto then says, this is when Sasuke says, try putting some chakra in your eyes. And he does, and he, oh yeah, and I'll say like, hold on. Okay, so y'all see this kind of 3 Tomoe Sharingan right here? Like, what was kind of like a 3 Tomoe? And this one all the way at the end. So this is the incomplete, and this is the internal complete Sharingan. I mean, Mangekyo. So, this is showing in Naruto's eyes. And this is when it transforms into this. Into this last one right here. Another of, not any of these ones, just that one. Hold on, guys. Sorry, guys. If y'all hear a bunch of noise, that's just my family. So, yeah, back to the video. So now, that's the Sharingan that Naruto, that Sasuke sees, and he's like, you're an Uchiha. Sasuke says, and he's like, I guess I am then. And Naruto says, I guess I am then. So this is when, Naruto's Sharingan deactivates, and this is when he says, this is when Naruto asks, do you know who Abby is, or where did she go? This is when Sasuke says, no, I don't know who Abby is, nor did I know where she went. Is Abby your friend? He says, technically yes, but no, she's not my friend. She's my girlfriend. Naruto says. He says, he already has, this is when Sasuke is thinking, he already has a girlfriend? How? This is when Sasuke is thinking, he already has a girlfriend. Well, I would say like they like each other, but they don't really know it yet. So they're not dating yet. Forget everything I said about they were dating. They were dating. They're not dating yet, but they do like each other. So this is when Naruto says, "Well, yes, she is my friend." This is when Sasuke says, "Okay, I'll see what I can do if I can try and look for her." Sasuke then says that, and Naruto says, "Thank you. But since I'm really injured pretty badly and I can't really feel my legs, I can't look for her, so I'm glad that you can help." This is when Sasuke says, no problem. I'm glad that I can open that door. This is when Sasuke says, no problem. I'm glad that I can help a fellow Uchiha. And now, Naruto is now with his, Sasuke is now looking around for Abby. This is when Sasuke hears 2 noises, and he hears some person saying, "Let me go." This is when Sasuke sees a bunch of guys gathered around this one girl. And she's telling these guys to let her go, and they're not doing that. So Sasuke then says, "Hey, you, let her go." And they're like, "Huh? Who do you think you are?" says the guys. He said, this is when Sasuke says, "I'm Sasuke Uchiha," and he then shows his 2 Tomoe Sharingan. This is when the guys are kind of frightened, and they say, okay, we're leaving. And the guys leave, and this is when Abby goes up to Sasuke and says, "Thank you, Sasuke." This is when Sasuke says, "No problem," but in his mind, he's like, this girl is pretty cute. And this is when Sasuke says, "So what's your name?" This is when she says, "I'm Abby." This is when she says, "I'm Abby." This is when she then says, I'm Abby, and this is when she says, I'm Abby Uzumaki. She says, so this is Abby. This is when she says, so this is Abby. Okay then. Sasuke then says, hi Abby. Hi Abby, your friend Naruto has been looking for you. Naruto was up? Oh, I didn't know. I thought he'd be asleep for a little longer. Sorry that I had to bother you. This is when Sasuke says, no problem. But in Sasuke's mind, he's like, I can see why he likes her. This girl's pretty cute. I would want to rebuild the Uchiha clan in here as well. With her as well. So, now Sasuke says, now that your friend is looking for you, I think you should go to him. And Abby's like, you're right. I'll see you later. I'll see you later, Sasuke. Sasuke, she says. And Sasuke just waves his hand saying goodbye. She does too. This is when Kakashi appears behind Sasuke saying, so, she your girlfriend? This is when Sasuke says, no, she's not my girlfriend. I just met her today. But this is when Kakashi says, but you do like her now. But you do like her, right? This is when Sasuke says, no, I don't like her. She's taken. This is when Kakashi is wondered by who. And he asks, who? He says, another person who's like me. This is when Sasuke's like, another person who's like you? Please, explain more. This is when Sasuke says, dang, this is when, Sasuke says, damn it, he's another Uchiha and she's taken by him. Now Kakashi's eyes is whitened and he body flickers to the Hokage office. And this is when Sasuke wonders, where the heck did Kakashi Sensei go? So now Sasuke is just walking around and Kakashi is at the Hokage office. And this is when Lord Third sighs. He sighs and and this is when the Third sighs and says, the worst enemy ever. The worst enemy ever of... This is when Lord Third sighs and says, a Hokage's worst enemy. Paperwork. This is when Lord Third hears a knock and hears a knock on the door and he says, come in. This is when he comes in and he sees Kakashi and he's like, oh, Kakashi, how are you doing? How are you doing, Kakashi? And he's like, hello, Lord Third, I have something to tell you. And he says, well, I figured out that there is another Uchiha other than Sasuke. Now, this gets Lord Third intrigued because he thought Sasuke was the only Uchiha left. And he's like, well, do you know who it is? He says that there was a boy in the hospital and his name was Naruto. And apparently he's an Uchiha. And he's with a girl named Abby. As Lord Third already pieced this together, and he's like, I see. Would you like me to take them to you then? Now, this is when, Kakashi says, yes, please. And he sees that Abby and Naruto are eating. Abby is feeding Naruto food, and she's also eating some food. And they're enjoying their lunch because, Naruto can he can sit up and he can lay down, but he can't really move his fingers that much, nor his legs. So he's kind of like, so he's kind of in bed for the time that he's in here. So this is when he sees Kakashi and Lord Third, and he says, "Hello, Lord Third, and who are you?" He says, "I am Kakashi," but he says, "I'm Kakashi, the teacher, the teacher of Sasuke," and he says, "Oh, Sasuke, I just met him. Hello, Kakashi Sensei," and he says, "Hello, I heard that you are Naruto Uchiha," and he says, "Well, I didn't know I was an Uchiha until now, but yes, apparently I am an Uchiha." And this is when like Kakashi is kind of surprised because Naruto isn't like mean or brutal or like emotionless, giving him the emotionless talk. He's giving him a happy, enjoyed talk, unlike Sasuke does. And this is when Kakashi is in his mind like, why can't I just have a kid like this, someone who actually enjoys doing stuff, even though it's boring. So now Kakashi is talking to Naruto about what happened to the Uchiha clan in this village and stuff, and like they're surprised because like they're just kind of surprised. And now Sasuke is with Sakura and Sai. They're waiting for Kakashi, even though Sasuke just saw Kakashi 10 minutes ago because he told them to meet up. And he's kind of running late. This is when Kakashi is more late than he usually is. He's 2 hours late. Kakashi then comes back saying, "Hello, students. Sorry I'm late." And this is when Sakura yells at him saying, "Kakashi Sensei, you're 2 hours late," says Sakura. And he's like, "I know." He says, "I know. I just had to deal with some stuff on the way back here." And this is when Sakura's like, "What was that stuff?" "Getting lost in the way of life," Kakashi says. Kakashi then says, and he's like, and they're like, could he get any more annoying? So now Sasuke is now trying to figure out, how to buy more time to like get out of this meeting so he can meet up with the other Uchiha. And this is when Kakashi then says, "Okay, class, I have 3 things to tell you. One of those things is that I'll be giving you a 2-day break. The last thing is that after those 2 days, you will be getting ready for I forgot, but I think it's called the tuning exams. But I'm just gonna say exams, because So Kakashi then says you will be getting ready for the exams, the tuning exams, says Kakashi. And now they're all like, the tuning exams already? Wow. So now, and they're like, the third thing, he says, yes, the third thing. Sasuke, you are not the last Uchiha. And now Sai and Sakura are interested. They're like, what? But Sasuke is the last Uchiha. They then said, no, he's not. We found another Uchiha. Apparently he was just in the forest minding his business when a few shinobi attacked him for no reason. Attacked him. So now, they're more intrigued with him, and so now they're more intrigued with this other Uchiha person. Oh yeah, but oh yeah, and Naruto actually Sai isn't on this on Team 7. It's sorry about that. It's what's her name again? Naruto. Naruto is on Team 7. Oh yeah, and Naruto has been going everything the original Naruto has been going through, so yeah. So, you know, now Sasuke is like, I already know I'm not the last Uchiha. So this is when Kakashi body flickers away, cause and now they're intrigued to know who is this other Uchiha person. So they quickly go to the hospital that Kakashi said he was in, and now they see that, that this Uchiha guy and whoever this girl is, they're cuddling together, kind of hugging each other, cuddling together, and now Naruto says, "Oh, Sasuke, how are you? It's nice to meet you again." As Sakura sees that this, unlike Sasuke, he has a more cheerful and brighter mood. And she says, "Hi, my name is Sakura." I forgot the rest of her name. And they introduce themselves, and Naruto introduced himself, and and he says, "This is Abby. This is his friend." And Sasuke says, "Oh, that's your." This is when Naruto says, "That's your friend? I thought you two were dating, since you're cuddling and all that." Naruto says, "No, we're not. We're just friends. That's all." But this is when Naruto wakes up and she says, "Oh, I'm sorry." Not Naruto. Abby runs out of the room because she just woke up and she's embarrassed. So this is when Naruto then gets up and says, "So what is there that you would like to talk to me about?" They were like, "Well, not much. We just wanted to see how you were doing." So this is when Sai, well, I'll say like Sai was like, he was spying on like Sasuke. He was spying on Sasuke until he heard that there was another Uchiha. So Sai just is here to report that there is another Uchiha, and Sakura and Naruto left, and Naruto and Sakura left. I mean, not Naruto. Naruto and Naruto and Sakura left. They went home. Well, Naruto went home to go eat some ramen, but Sakura, she went to go tell Ino. Ino told some other people, and they're kind of building a fan base. Like, they're kind of building a fan club for Naruto already, because and instead of Sakura being, well, not Sakura, Ino being a big giant fan of Sasuke, she's now a big giant fan of this new Uchiha person. And I'll say the ship is gonna be Naruto, Abby, and Ino. That's the ship. And they have a meeting, Lord Third, and he tells them about this other Uchiha. They're like, since there's another Uchiha, we can have Sasuke and this other Uchiha breed. They're like, this is when Lord Third says, "No, they're both boys," says Lord Third. And they're like, okay, so it looks like they're both going to be put in the CRA. So, Naruto's now put in the CRA just like Sasuke. But they're like, well, but they say they don't really know if Naruto really wants to become a ninja or not. So yeah. So like, so this is when Lord Third goes back to Naruto. He sees Sasuke. He sees that Sasuke and him were talking and that Sasuke was just leaving. And he's like, oh, Sasuke, so I have heard that, I see that you have seen your other clan member already. He says, yeah, Naruto. Well, I'm leaving. Well, I'm leaving now. Says Sasuke. Sorry about that, guys. So Naruto has, so this is when Lord Third goes up to Naruto and he says, Naruto, would you like to enter in the tuning exams and become a ninja? And he says, nah, not really. I don't really want to be a ninja, but I think Abby might want to. She's really interested in ninja stuff. I don't really want to be a ninja because I think I'm too weak and I don't really have goals. If anything, now that I know what happened to my clan, I just want to rebuild my clan and I just want to rebuild my clan and I want to rebuild my clan and have a normal life as a normal person, says Naruto. And he's like, I see. Well, seeing how you're still a child, he says, seeing how you're still a child, I will have to make you I will give you a house. But if you would like, I will give you a house and do you think you can live? I will give you a house, and if you want a job, I will give you one. But since you're still a child, I will also be paying you. Since you are a child. So now Sasuke. So now Naruto says thank you, and this is when he asks if this is when Lord Third says, Anvu, go get Sasuke, Uchiha. He goes get Sasuke, and he gets Sasuke, and they both are, and Sasuke's like, what would you want from me now, Lord Third? He says, well, since you are a ninja, and since your father was and he then says, since your father was, the head of the Uchiha clan, would you mind having this Uchiha be your brother and have him be the head of the Uchiha clan since you're going to be busy being a ninja? And he's like, Sasuke says, yeah, whatever, I'm going to be busy doing ninja stuff anyway, so he can be the head of the Uchiha clan. So this is when he says, Naruto then says, thank you for adopting me and giving me a place to stay. And they sign the civilian papers, they basically sign up and all that, and stuff. But they do have a type of friend relationship, but they really are like master and slave. Like that's how they really are. Because that's how they are. Naruto is the master and Abby is his slave, but he sees Abby as more of a friend than he sees her as a slave. So yeah. So this is when they gave them a place to stay, like a little house that he lives with Abby, because he doesn't, because he kind of wants to, because he wants to stay with Abby, and that's where he's gonna be at for now on, because he's still kind of bed rest. So this is where I'm gonna leave it off. I hope you guys like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll leave y'all now. Goodbye. And or yeah, make sure you share this on whatever platform there is or whatever. But just know that I care for you guys, I guess. And I am sorry for my family and their loudness. Like I said, comment, like, and subscribe. Goodbye, you guys.